What if Lewis Hamilton's apparent disobedience at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix wasn't rebellion at all, but actually saved Ferrari from total disaster? Why did Nico Rosberg, Hamilton's former rival, defend the 7-time champion's controversial decision? And could this single moment in Baku reveal the deep cracks in Ferrari's championship ambitions that threatened to destroy their entire season? The radio crackled to life in the dying moments of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Let Charles go from behind. He is 1.5 behind you. This is the last round. The order was clear, direct, and came from Hamilton's race engineer, Riccardo Adami. But what happened next sent shockwaves through the Ferrari garage and ignited a controversy that's still burning today. Hamilton didn't lift. He didn't move aside. Instead, his SF25 pulled away from Leclerc's car, maintaining the 8th position while leaving his teammate in 9th. For many watching, it looked like pure insubordination, a 7-time world champion showing complete disregard for team orders. The image was damning. Hamilton accelerating down the main straight with just meters separating the two red cars. But the real story behind those crucial seconds is far more complex than it appeared. According to the race data and subsequent analysis, Hamilton and Leclerc were fighting for 8th and 9th position when Racing Bull's Hadjar was lurking just 2 seconds behind, having saved his tires and posting his fastest pace of the entire weekend. The margin for error was virtually non-existent. The tension escalated immediately after the race. In radio messages not broadcast during the official transmission but later revealed, Charles Leclerc's frustration was unmistakable. "This is stupid. It's unfair," he said in clear anger. Then, with biting sarcasm that contrasted sharply with his usual diplomatic image, he delivered a poisoned dart toward his teammate. "You can enjoy that P8. This wasn't just a driver venting frustration, it was evidence of something deeper fracturing within Ferrari's structure. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Enter Nico Rosberg, the 2016 world champion who knows Hamilton better than perhaps anyone else on the grid. Rosberg, who shared garage space with Hamilton during their intense Mercedes rivalry, offered a completely different perspective on what transpired in Baku. According to Rosberg's analysis, what looked like defiance was actually a survival play, a split-second decision that prevented Ferrari from losing both positions to Hadjar. Rosberg broke down the tactical reality Hamilton faced in those crucial moments. With DRS enabled, fresh tires on Hadjar's car, and the unforgiving nature of Baku's street circuit, any attempt by Hamilton to slow down and allow Leclerc past could have triggered what Rosberg called a double loss. The Racing Bulls driver was perfectly positioned to capitalize on any disruption to the Ferrari formation, potentially snatching both the 8th and 9th positions in a single move. The timing of Ferrari's order was, in Rosberg's words, catastrophically poor, asking Hamilton to execute a position swap on the main straight at maximum speed, with compromised tires after more than 50 laps of street circuit punishment, was equivalent to launching a bomb in the middle of a war zone. This analysis reveals something far more troubling about Ferrari's current state. The Baku incident exposed operational fragility that goes beyond a simple miscommunication. Why wasn't there a clear plan established during the final 10 laps? Why didn't Ferrari's strategists account for Hadjar's aggressive pace and fresher tire advantage? Why was such a critical decision left to the chaos of the final moments? These questions remain officially unanswered, but they highlight a disturbing pattern of improvised decision-making that's incompatible with championship ambitions. As Rosberg pointed out, Formula One titles aren't won by the fastest car. They're won by the team that makes the fewest mistakes. And in Baku, Ferrari once again demonstrated they're still far from that standard. But there's another layer to this story that makes it even more significant. Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari wasn't just about adding speed to their lineup. It was about importing a winning mentality from a team that knows how to execute under pressure. His decision in Baku, beyond its tactical justification, was also a way of establishing precedent. He won't blindly follow orders that compromise both his interests and the team's performance. This represents a fundamental clash of philosophies within Ferrari. Leclerc operates within the traditional Scuderia framework: respect the team hierarchy, trust the pit wall, accept decisions even when you disagree. Hamilton, however, comes from Mercedes's winning culture, where drivers don't just execute instructions, they influence strategy, challenge decisions, and take control when necessary. The real battle at Ferrari is just beginning. According to insider observations, Hamilton's approach goes beyond race weekends. Rosberg recalled how, during their Mercedes days, Hamilton understood that winning in Formula One requires more than just pace on track. It demands influence within the team structure. A simple dinner with Daimler CEO Dieter Zetsche was enough to shift internal political dynamics, something Rosberg described as a dagger in the heart. That same strategic thinking is now being deployed at Maranello. Hamilton's decision in Baku sent a clear message not just to the pit wall, but to Leclerc and Ferrari management. Critical decisions made without proper context or timing won't be followed blindly, especially when they threaten team performance. This creates a fascinating dynamic for the remainder of the season. Can Ferrari adapt to Hamilton's more assertive approach, or will they repeat the internal collapses seen with previous champions like Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso? The evidence suggests Ferrari faces a choice: embrace the uncomfortable reality of having two strong-willed leaders, or risk losing another championship opportunity to internal dysfunction. The Baku incident wasn't just Hamilton disobeying team orders, it was Ferrari being exposed. Their communication failures, strategic improvisation, and inability to manage two elite drivers under pressure all became visible in those crucial final moments. And with Hamilton now making it clear he won't simply integrate into existing structures, but rather transform them, Ferrari's championship aspirations may depend on their willingness to change. What we witnessed in Azerbaijan could define not just this season, but Ferrari's entire future. The question now is whether they'll learn from this exposure or continue repeating the same organizational mistakes that have cost them titles for over a decade.